Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Stay home, hang out, make music, chill. Anyway, in this video, we're gonna go over how to automate the way I do it. And pretty straightforward. There's a couple different ways of going about it. I'll show you some quick little tips and some shortcuts, but let it be known that I do it old-fashioned with a mouse. I draw it in, and that's not really a good thing to do, I guess, if you're doing kind of live or you just kind of want to feel it with your fingers and hands and with your MIDI controller. So I'll show you both ways. The pencil is really straightforward. The MIDI controller, depending on your setup, it might be a little bit different, but I'll show you how to do that with your MIDI controller, assuming you already have one set up and you know how to use it. So let's go ahead and dive into that right now. All right, so first things first, we're just gonna go ahead and play just one lead, which is this Anna lead. I'm gonna solo this Anna lead, and that's basically this mix channel here. It's the Anna instrument from it comes included in the Slate digital all access pass, which I really love. And what we're gonna do, something very simple, is we're gonna automate this low pass filter on the SSL mix channel. But this applies to every parameter, anything that is assignable or automated. We'll show you how to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and just stick to this Anna, and let's just listen to the lead by itself. Here we go. All right, let's say you want to automate a filter, right? So this is what we do. The way you automate this is, let's say you want to automate this filter frequency, like a sweep, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. First, we turn it on. And of course, this on and off is assignable as well. But we're just going to leave it on for easy demonstration purposes. We're going to turn it all the way up. Essentially, it's like a bypass. In other words, it's only... it's letting anything under 20K pass. So it's still in effect, but it's on the highest end. Let me show you. See, if I move it down, you can see it. But let's say you want to automate something like this. Like a sweep. Okay, first let's look at the sequencer. And right now the Anna's down here. Okay, so what you have to do is right click whatever you want to automate. So this Anna, we want to automate this low pass filter. So we right click, hit edit automation. Now what it's going to do is send you, and it's going to create this track called Anna low pass frequency right here. And all you have to do is pencil in with command, just hold command or hit the pencil, which is, I think, P. W. Oh, wow. P is for, I think, Final Cut. But shortcut, you hold the arrow. Just leave it an arrow. Always leave it an arrow and hit command. That'll create a pencil. You're creating a clip. You click inside of it, or you hit command E. It'll open up the edit view. And you want to just draw in with a pencil. So right click. You're going to bring it down wherever you want to go. You want to start here or start high, and then filter it down. Let's say something like that, right? Let's listen to that. You can see it moving. See, I'm not doing anything with my hands. And of course, you can do whatever the heck you want with it. Add more points, bring it back up over here if you really wanted to. The cool thing about Reason 11 too is they have these curves. You can really mess with these curves and curve it out. Just drag the mouse in the middle and make adjustments to this curve however you see fit. So that's one cool feature. And editing these things also is really easy. Just highlight whatever you want and then delete it if you wanted to. And they do snap to the grid. That's over here. So sometimes people want to freehand it. You just get rid of the snap or hit the S button. If you get rid of the snap, then you could freehand draw wherever you want to. Sometimes with the mouse, it does double clicks. So just keep that in mind. If you get rid of the snap, it won't snap. You hit S, it'll snap to whatever resolution you have set up over here. Okay, so that's that. One thing to notice when you hit Command E, if you hit it again, you get out of the edit window. If you double click inside the automation clip, it won't go into the edit window, but you can still draw an edit in here. But if you really wanted to fine tune, then you can go ahead and hit Command E and it'll open it up even more. And then of course, blow this up. But I want you to notice something. You see this little tag right here, it says 1000. That is the default setting. In other words, if you have no automation, it's going to automatically go back to this 1000. And you could set this wherever you want. So for example, right now over here, it is set at 1000. And as soon as this automation comes in, let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. You see it was 1000 over here. As soon as it comes in, it'll start whatever your automation clip sets in. So that's something to keep in mind, my hat fell, when you're transitioning from no clip to in clip. So for example, if this was all the way down to 0, you'll see it not play anything because it's filtering everything out, and then jump sharply to this up here. See, nothing, and it's gonna jump sharply to a high pitch. So what you wanna do is maybe bring that in a little bit to 0. You know, add one more clip down here. Oh wow, what am I doing? I should see, so it neutrals out, so it'll fade in a little better. Let's see if we can hear that. Or not. That's because that note's not that long. Or do I even have a note there? I don't even have a note there. I'm an idiot. Let's bring this over just for demonstration purposes. You hear it? You heard it? So if we bring this out even more, you can see where it's that neutral. You won't see that unless you hit Command E, and you can get in there and really zoom in with this neutral button. All right. So like I said, this is the default setting when you don't have a clip. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You can hear it. So what I do is I leave it neutral wherever for the majority of the track where it's going to sit. And then I automate whatever I want to automate. You can do it how you see fit. But one other caveat is whatever this is at, when you first set the automation, that is going to be the neutral. So right now it's at 1000 because we had it set at 1000. Let me delete this automation and show you what the heck am I talking about. I'm going to delete this automation. Delete automation, yes. You see how this green indicator is no longer there? If I were to set this down to 260, then right click, edit automation. We're gonna go in here, create a clip, and hit Command E and open it up. You see that the default right here is now set to 184. That's a little bit irrelevant. That just automatically gives you a starting point as far as the default setting. It'll set it wherever that parameter is set initially when you set it. So that's something to keep in mind. People get a little bit confused with that. Now, I think I covered that as far as penciling in automation. That rings true for absolutely every parameter in Reason. Okay, so let's get out of this and let us assume that we want to control it with a MIDI controller. And then we'll get into actually recording it live, because a lot of guys like to me, I play it back and I pencil into automation. All right, I have time to do that. Some guys like to hear it and twist knobs and faders and do it that way. So what you can do is, I'm going to see if I can record with my phone, my actual keyboard. And this is an Akai MPK249. And I'm going to use one of these knobs and I'm going to assign it to the same filter I was talking about. I'm going to bring this up. Now, what you could do, two different ways of assigning a knob. Okay, I want to assign this knob to that same filter that we're playing with. So what you could do is right click, and then you want to, well, I'm going to clear it because I already messed around with it. So I'm going to right click and edit keyboard control. No, edit remote override mapping. It's not keyboard. It's edit remote override mapping. and then it's going to tell you learn from control surfaces. So we're going to go ahead and turn this one time, and then you'll see it. Oh, I read it. It said knob number 1, hit OK. Now, let's look. When I turn this knob, you'll see that filter right here on that anode. Do you see it? I'm going to zoom in right here. I'm going to do some cool Final Cut trickery. But this is now moving with my finger as I'm moving it. Okay? Just want you to see that. And now it's as simple as arming this track. Now see these little squiggly lines? A lot of guys don't know what this is. If you have an automation lane, it'll trigger. You have to. This is essentially recording automation. This other red button is recording MIDI or audio. This one is recording MIDI information. So we're going to go ahead and hit the record button. All right, we're going to hit the record, and then we're going to turn this knob and record the information in there. And it won't start recording until you actually turn the knob. And like I said, the default's going to be the same as before. And then bring it back up. So let me unpause this. And let us look at, I said unpause this. I meant to say stop recording. Now this is all freehand with the knob. And you see how kind of it cleaned it up a little bit. It added very few points. But look at this default. I'm gonna hit Command E, and this default's at 740. That's initially where it was when I set the automation. So if you notice, this automation is kind of clean, and the way you can fix that is you hit Command, not fix it, but I know Logic does a really good job with this. You can't just highlight all of them and mess around with that. But what you can do before you even start messing with automation, Command comma to get to your control, your preferences, and you'll notice where it says, I'm actually don't know where it says, but I'm gonna act like I know what I'm talking about. Control surfaces, it's somewhere in here, guys. Advanced. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's a parameter, show automation indication. All right, I might be talking to myself right now. There's a setting where, automation cleanup. Oh my gosh, it's the second setting. Automation cleanup. Right now it's at normal, and that's what it looked like. If we go to minimum, let's do that automation again. I wonder what happens if you record over the existing automation. I don't know. I've never really done it, so let's do it together. Why did it mess with width? All right, so, because one of the other knobs are width. I'm gonna delete that one. Okay, so it'll just override, look at that. It'll just override your old one and override it. So, and look, when I put minimum cleanup, it actually registered a lot more hits and MIDI information. Okay, so that's something to think about. How detailed you want that. All right, to me, normal's fine. It's good enough for me. I don't even know what heavy or maximum is. I don't know if you guys want to try it. Let's just try it, dude. Let's go maximum, dude. And then let's go, and I'm gonna twist like this, the knob, see what happens. I'm essentially doing the same thing. Sorry, that other automation is kicking in because I hit the other knob, and apparently that's the width knob. So I basically did the same thing as the last automation run, and look how heavy it cleaned it up. Really, really nice and clean compared to the other one. So I'm gonna hit Command Z to show you the old one. That's the old one, and what a big difference. But I'm gonna keep it with sorry. I'm gonna keep it at normal because I've been doing normal forever and I'm used to it. But you can play with that how you want. The last thing I want to show you is a quicker way of setting your audio, setting up your MIDI controller to your stuff instead of right clicking and then going to edit remote override. I'm gonna clear this one so it doesn't register that knob anymore, so we can start all over. And I'm going to clear this automation so that we can start all over. Let me see why is it not playing? Oh, the volume's all the way down, guys. I'm an idiot. Okay, so anyway, here we go. So let's say you have a MIDI controller like mine, right? Let me start with. Oh, I've been recording the whole time. I never put my camera down. So let's say you have a MIDI controller like mine, and you have this. You want to control the filter, the high pass filter, and let's say this compressor up here. I don't even know why you want to do that. And you want to, or this gate, this range gate. A quick way of setting up these, let's say these two different, I'm just do two, the high pass and the low pass. Let's say you wanna route these two filters to this knob and this knob. This works the same with faders and any other parameter in the program. Real quick and dirty way, go to edit. I'm sorry, options. Go to remote override edit. Okay, let me show you what's gonna happen. It's gonna look funky like this. Okay, and what you want to do is, okay, you double click on one of those buttons, and what happens is, now that it's a lightning, like there's a lightning, once you turn one knob, it registers there, and you can stay in this same view, click another parameter, and make it another knob like this. And now when you exit, now you have this knob affecting that one, and this one affecting the low pass. The high pass, low pass. High pass, low pass. That's a fast way of setting your MIDI controller. So yeah, all right. All right, guys, I mean, that's basically it. I'm gonna leave you with this little beat that I made here. I think I had it in one of my other videos. But if you guys want to learn anything specific in this beat or anything at all on Reason, let me know, dude. I'm having a blast doing this stuff. I'm here to help you guys. I'm not a I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna edit. Look, I'm not a Grammy Award winning producer, but I know how to use this program. Okay, you don't have to like my music to learn something new. All right, let me show you this song beat and let me know if you want to learn anything that I did in here. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye, Felicia. Pieces, deuces, chakamaka, looses, boy.